written figures silhouettes, we feel it when the wind blows, coming at us from all angles, bullets through the window. And
the magnificent Al Gore, when he developed the internet using a series.
Definitely not looking so hot right now for the Zerg, if I'm being honest with you. Hello there.
Take this enormous outer door designed to protect the corridor leading to the capsule.
Is now I can just use fireworks and go to hype.
We done spent so much, need a sponsor from Benz. Hit them from the knees up.
Это время пришло. Страшная война до последнего воина. Все уже ослепли от дыма и огло.
Showed us that the enemy will fight to the death for every last inch of this.
And to bring you this story, we interrupt our program.
An American airplane dropped one bomb on Hiroshima.
The White House is just...
He knows what he's looking for and what he needs to do. Ghosts are really the ultimate Zerg late game counter, because their snipes are great against...
5 reasons the US military will make you dead.
Japan wanted to expand its imperial reach, and to do so, the country needed to gain...
By the 1970s, South Africa's global position was complicated.
In battle, it is aimed to distract the attention from...
The Civil War had seen Mao's communists victorious, with the defeated Chiang Kai-shek's government fleeing to Taiwan.
He takes him to confess to her, but the two see her talking.
11 military hacks that'll make your life easy.
He warned that China could carry out many more amphibious landing tactics, including the involvement of missile, artillery, and aviation force.
Taiwan's regional leader Tsai Ing-wen confirmed for the first.
Kemal saw the Southern Front as a critical...
We're so lucky you're going to be doing a song for us tonight. Yeah, sure.
Heavily armored targets, because of the lack of penetration, also going to be having problems when you're...
Allegedly texted the answers to a monthly proficiency test.
It would have been a career-ending move for anyone in politics.
Huh?
Incoming!
But it doesn't really have the accuracy and the kind of APCR.
In a recent interview with CNN published.
Yeah, I spit raps like a heart attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and packs. I back up my actions, fact on that.
How many Marines did we lose taking this rock?
All right.
Wait, what does incendiary
It
mean?
means very strong.
Tunes.
30th Corps continued to attack, but its thrusts were becoming weaker. The situation...
Many of them are spread across major checkpoint or major intersections.
Experts said that this provocative announcement is for Taiwan secessionists to show off that they have got protection from the US.
КВ-44 пойдет впереди, и за ним все остальные танки. Думаю, они должны справиться.
Vou construir o melhor castelo empilhando meus barcos.
The Arctic Sea is incredibly rich in natural resources. 90 billion barrels of oil.
Oh, great! We got the world's tiniest.
And Channel 4 News has obtained these photographs of protesters being treated for
laser beam. How does wool carpet produce nuclear weaponry? Well, mate, this makes it so spiders won't spawn. You think spiders contribute to nuclear weaponry? No.
Bei mir entsteht da gleich so ein Bild. Oh, jetzt werde ich gleich ein.
Anyway, convinced me to take part, so that's what the show was.
The software is increasingly adept at navigating around.
This army here is coming in as reinforcements, but they're gonna show up pretty damn.
Kishi said growing interest in the Indo.
Its thinking was that if its survival were to be threatened, then none in the international community would.
Are required to enhance the effectiveness of operations.
See. These soldiers are famous throughout the world, not only for.
Basti muss gleich noch was ganz anderes abgeben. Der Friseur wartet.
The goal is that most things are modular and troops in the field can.
Because we're getting new details.
Even with those extra long deployments, they still couldn't meet their minimum troop.
So, next turn, we are going to complete this research.
So, as of the 1950s, China had just finished a long and brutal civil war, which had been preceded.
They are faster than us. I'm not going to be able to outrun them, but.
Guys, come on, think about it. It might be fun. I don't know what's going to happen.
Be confident and prepared to tackle any surprise.
Wheels at the bottom, white leather inside. When the
More than 1,000 people have got their own bird.
And realized they were never going to be able to keep up with this high demand.
The order is for the same battle plan against the same defender.
In a marked departure from Japan's post-World War II pacifism, the combat training portion of.
Bro! Oh, why'd she not?
And this is where India may have some catching up to do with China.
The doors that you kick down to these homes will not be.
The Americans sent 19,000 Marines to the Solomon Islands under the codename Operation Watch.
Coming at you once again with some juicy word of thanks.
Whatever you want to call it. The rewards are much better if you finish towards the top of your team.
Killing machine for them. And then we'll have endless gunpowder.
We like them boys that be in them legs leaning, open them out, they grill gleaming.
Contaminated with radioactive fallout, carrying what little they may have left. They are slow, impeccable. To explore what would really happen if a nuclear weapon would.
And when I'm firing, I'm doing 20% more damage. My damage output is almost as if we've got an extra tank on our team just from having collect the anomalies.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
The commander is adamant about sending the boy to the orphanage.
Oh, shit.
Several photos taken at different times show Chinese military aircraft positioned at the airport.
Thus, the only surefire way of guaranteeing that the current South Africa would see tomorrow was to build a nuclear arsenal, the mere existence of which
you can easily swap in new technologies and specialize. China has put the US on notice after releasing new footage of
If you look at these images from 2018 and 2019, you can see huge Russian cargo ships
The woman makes Sergei run out through the window but is shot dead before.
Since Monday's coup, there have been daily demonstrations, but
I still didn't listen to my own advice though, and I don't have uranium, so it's fine.
Being a soldier often requires some real-life MacGyver.
Of goodwill, dear friends, thank you for your support and welcome to the new.
China has a growing presence in every Central Asian country.
In the midst of World War II, American commanders realized that they
The Americans destroy 4 tanks and slow Piper's advance.
Yet, given the fact that China hadn't fully industrialized yet, was internationally isolated, and its economy was on the verge of collapse.
To try and help solve this problem, they reached out to some of the top.
We want to say that our revolution is ongoing until the demands of...
It's 2025, and after a strange shift in...
The fighting for Stalingrad's factory district peaked and then ebbed.
North Korea said it had successfully test-fired a new ballistic missile from a
The airport, named Shantou Waisha Airport, is located just west of the strait from the...
It has an impressive design which brings fantasy from blockbusters into reality.
So this is the old position what we can see, and they're going to...
That's off of a sample size of 712.
Yeah, but I know internet access is patchy to say the least, but what are you hearing from the streets at the moment?
The Chinese government believed the United States was preparing to...
Those who are in law enforcement or have been in tactical situations before already know that a reliable combat knife is a must before heading out on a mission. Besides, with the
push up on him with that, that's when got clout. Mookie ain't waking back up, though in the tower, it's a rap. Heard Rod K was tapped, then he got his ass tapped. Gang clout niggas, but damn.
Anyway, but one back be anti, the best be a sati and now.
Give up!
One barracks, one factory, and one starport. You may actually be switching.
And you could hear clanking, a lot of clanking.
Moving around, all in the meanwhile, living very safely at home. And I think this is, you can't really overstate the importance of keeping on this pressure, even.
In the new tell-all from Bob Woodward and Robert Costa.
Holy shit!
And I do realize that we are a few minutes late today, but when
U.S. codebreakers were now able to...
New satellite photos reveal Beijing may be using an unused civilian airport on the opposite side of the Taiwan Strait in Guangdong province to carry out attacks on the Taiwan Air Defense Identification.
Button, turn on the notification bell beside it. It will enable you.
I love how he keep my body screaming. A rude boy that's good to me with
It's time to strap our boots on.
The collision triggered a nuclear fission chain reaction, which detonated the bomb. It detonated...
Вот и выстрел. У нас не получится контратаковать немецкие позиции.
Skip some of those little weak sauce nukes.
What would happen if we detonated humanity's most powerful nuclear weapon at the deepest point of the ocean?
And just the continual base sniping from Maru has been very big. If Solar was mining this bottom left this whole time...
Are we gonna blow up some buildings today? Rock, paper, scissors to see who's going first, okay? Let's be fair.
Okay. Games is over here. The good old Erlenberg, the good old Turpin.
Тогда. Артяшка, прости меня.
No tsunami will wash away Japan or California, although boats and whales in the area might have a bad.
You know, Terran versus Zerg Harston watches, but I mean, it's not wrong. This is gonna be interesting, though, because it seems like we have some late game. Ooh, okay.
Get ready!
So we've partnered with the Red Cross and Red Crescent movement.
Get reliable performance on any
Absolute autonomy to China for this military base.
Cubic feet of natural gas and 10% of the world's.
What would happen if we were to detonate a very, very powerful nuclear weapon on the...
Also nur wenn ein Kind entspannt ist, kann es wirklich lernen. Und nicht, wenn es Angst hat und Druck.
Now, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, on the day he made the announcement of the coup on...
But I highly doubt it. He's very well known for this, continuously queuing those up.
Streaming now on rumble.com YouTube.
So, having just one person calling that out and knowing the route around the map and...
Civilians, no, and money in a
It's very paper from the side, very paper from the back, easily penetrate.
By the evening of December 17th, lead elements of the 6th Panzer Army have advanced.
I see shots of work on somebody!
Cilicia had a large Armenian minority before 1915, and thousands who'd fled the Armenian genocide during the First World War.
All right, now we'll give it a good old rambler.
But I wouldn't be surprised to, for example, see him make some corruptors and...
This episode of The Great War is sponsored by Curiosity Stream. So go to curiositystream.com/The Great War.
Let's get started. All right, move over there.
Part of me is looking at this situation now. Solar there has a 16,000 resource bank up against Maru's 5,000. That's massive.